Okay, Alpine Gamut.
You are
Day
approaching
of
the area
Reckoning.
of combat operations. Be ready.
Alright. Cliche names. That is also the name of, if I remember correctly, a stock music track used in several video game trailers aside. Well, let's see what we can manage here. Okay, so, yeah. We have a mining facility on our side.
You are approaching the front
Should
line.
go get that.
Off we go.
However, the vast majority of people seem to be going towards the airbase, which is acceptable. However, we need to have somebody over here to make sure this gets captured. And what's coming towards us is we have a Ju-88 and, where is he? And a 410. Alright. I would rather not leave this to just 2 people and one of them being a bot, but so we're gonna roll in here, and we're going to make sure that this base gets fucking captured. I will once again exercise the multirole capability of this aircraft. Which is actually fairly effective, as it seems. Unfortunately, I did not get to kill that. Since we seem to be jumping on this one. Didn't get it. Overheated gun. You see, that's something ground attack players actually... well, ground attack aircraft actually get in spades, is they have a very unique consumable actually lets them just instantly cool down their weapons at the push of a button. That's their bullshit. I don't think it's the most amazing thing ever, but it certainly helps when strafing things, especially when you have guns. However, it seems like ordnance is more, well, more the important thing. I'd like to get this, please. I'd like this. Yes. Uh-oh. Ah! Well, I thought I could kill it faster. Unfortunately, plane is not ordnance. It is not effective ordnance. Confirm. Using fuselage on ground target is not most effective means of destroying ground targets. Using plane and fuselage to destroy air targets, hit or miss. Ground targets, no. However, it looks like the enemy team has now come over here to try and steal the mining facility from us, and it looks like they're actually gonna... oh boy, that's not good. They have killed the bot. Are these players or bots? We're not doing terribly well, and it looks like there's an IL-10 somewhere other than right fucking here that is, well, doing its job. Those are all players. Actually, aside from that guy. That guy's not a player. You not get away from me, you son of a bitch! However, I might die here. Hopefully the 262 bot slacks off just a little bit. Yes! Fuck you! I now have to actually thwart the 262 bot, though. Rather, the A6 bot, the 0 bot. You know what I'm saying. I misspeak, but I am correct in my intentions of being afraid. If I could just poke a fucking hole in his wing. Or ram him in face! That also work. However, unfortunately, now I have 4 hit points. He hits me once, I'm dead. Well. Shit. Well, at least he's dead now. But yes, A6M bot. Where did I get 262 from? I have no idea. It looks like our team is actually coming over here to help us, though. Unfortunately, we need to get this shit on the road here. Me dying probably set this back here, but unfortunately, if you ignore this, you're not gonna be in a good position. The garrison is easy to take. You could have sent me into the garrison alone, and I would have gotten it. Or rather, stood a pretty good chance of getting it. It's not exactly the most amazing thing in the world, but, well, as we've seen, the Yak-9 can pretty much just up and one-shot things. So, if you're gonna be attacking a base by yourself, you gotta be in and out really quickly. But at least we've got this now. Fortunately, their mining facility is given them a pretty sizable lead. So, we've either basically got to take all the points of the map now, or at least stop the mining facility in order to have a chance of winning. Hey, a hit. Got him. Good. It's a little wonky, but eventually I get that shit locked in. I will make up for the absolutely atrocious start to this game. I tells you I will. And I will do this by first removing all enemy attack aircraft from area. Ah! Oh no! The bot, it killed me with bomb. Damn it! Things are not going my way this game. It's just one dumb decision after another, it seems like. But okay, let's refocus here. This needs to be tightened up here, but they now have a point over here we can take. This is a comedically bad round, but look, I'm still kind of top of my team.
You'll be cut off from support. I say again.
Yes, and
will not be available.
Bronislav is a boss. Well, is a bot. Yes, bot. Not boss, bot. He is pretty in command of everything currently because he did in fact kill me with bomb. You see, you have to worry about the bots more than the players half the fucking time. Because the bots know. The bots are actually tuned to know. But then again, that might have just been an accident on the bot's part. But the bots can have that shit happen. I don't think they can have predictual AI like that, but you know what? They might.
We cannot support you any longer. The storm is too heavy. Do you copy? Over.
Unfortunately, it seems like we're losing basically all of the capture points, even though things currently are... but never fucking mind. They're not equal. Well, actually, they're equal now.
Step it up.
No,
no,
they're not. Never mind. You see, mining outpost. Need mining outpost. Take mining outpost. Is this... You see, I see these 3 fighters rolling around here. Is this the same 3 guys that I killed beforehand, plus that 1 bot? Like, it's the 2 guys in a... No, it's not. Okay, it's... No, it's just all 3 bots. Okay, fine. It seems like that 109 crashing into something actually gave us the point. Vertical plane! You see, vertical plane, it is going up, and we are also in plane going up. You see? Joke? Yes? Ow. Ugh, 0 bots. At least I can put those guys down in 1 hit. As well as 0 bot if I get on S. Yes. Got him!
You've done what you could.
That was a bad round on my part. Way too many stupid mistakes on my part and just kind of dicking around. Not efficient killing machine. I still managed to get 2nd top score on my team, and actually 2nd top score in the entire game. Yeah. So even when I'm cocking it up monstrously, I can still do pretty good. At least when I have a plane that one-shots things, it gives me chances to recover. Well, back to hangar. Okay. So, 1000 XP. Nothing really to write home about. Oh boy. Let's just keep moving. Okay. Plateau. Shockwave. We have a mining outpost over here that we need to capture immediately if we're going to win this game. The command center actually does do its job, but they have that.
Hit the enemy,
so we need mining outposts. We cannot have this sitting here doing nothing the entire game. I could be in a better plane for this, but, well, we'll make do with multirole fighter. But something I was thinking of while the game was loading, as I've seen the fact that the bots are more threatening than most players, or at least on par in most cases. I like this idea. I like the fact that there are a few players in an assortment of vehicles or assortment of entities in the game that are also comprised of a large portion of bots. It's sort of like the bots are just the nameless, you know, mooks, the soldiers, the soldier A's and whatnot, but they can be threatening in their own right if they try hard enough. And the players kind of start out basically in the same area because we're all flying the same planes. However, players can excel because of their latent potential as being not computers. I like this idea of man sort of in a sort of controlling, sort of like a senior position to hordes of bots, but the bots also being threatening. Not necessarily a MOBA game where you have the creep and then you have the hero players. Not necessarily that brain dead. Because in that situation, the creep only really exists to farm points and to sway you know, the middle tide of battle by just kind of doing nickel and dime damage to things. Structures and moving this fight slowly forward. This is somewhat different. Everything's somewhat competent. I'd like a game kind of based around this idea.
Attention all fighters. Enemy bombers detected. Destroy them.
I am attempting to remove AA. However, the hardened ground targets seem like a lot to take out. This is where specialized ammo might be useful. I only do 50 damage to these things. We gotta find something easier to pick on if we're actually gonna capture this point. And this is the thing as well. There really needs to be a way for us to actually get points from destroying the individual ground targets in a zone. Like, these light targets that I'm capturing or destroying right now, I need to be rewarded with capture points while I'm doing this. Because it just... while it emphasizes having ordnance and powerful weapons and being a ground attack plane, because you're equipped to deal with the hardened ground targets and then you have a role in order to... a role to fulfill, the problem is it just takes fucking forever, and also that's a Corsair, flying low level. Well, there's my points. Hello, sir. I know, that's the 410 ground attack plane. It looks like a goddamn flying saucer, though. I was shocked and amazed. I was momentarily speechless.
We've taken over the plant.
Thank you for providing us with the points. I may not be the best ground attack player in the game, but if you make this easy, well, I can kill things. And also, look at that majestic motherfucker. It's basically just a 410 with swept wings and, well, pusher propellers, but you know what? Things like this look cool. That's kind of one of the things that this game has over War Thunder. While it's not realistic in any stretch of the imagination, you do have lots of visually interesting things to compensate for. War Thunder, honestly, I think Gaijin just gets lazy with adding new and interesting content into the game. Like, we could have all of these kind of wacky sort of prototype or limited production designs, but they're just kind of... I think they're just kind of fucking about, really, most of the time. Yeah, sure, it's hard to secure realistic data for these planes. However, really, there was a time where people were complaining about them adding nothing but different yaks into the game. Every single patch. And they do have a habit of adding in planes that are just kind of superfluous to the overall grind. Like, for example, they'll add variants that don't do anything new or interesting. Like, what comes to mind is, like, the Corsair variants. Like, they added the Super Corsair, but for the longest time, they added a Corsair equipped for ground attack that also didn't have its actual bombs for several patches, I believe. And so basically, it was just another Corsair. It was, or rather, the Marine Corsair. That's what it was. It was supposed to have bigger, like, you know, more ordnance because the Marines used the Corsair for ground attack quite often. It didn't actually have its ordnance, so basically it was just a duplicate of the Corsair already in-game. And I asked myself, why do this? They've gotten better at it in some cases. They're adding things, you know, more interesting, visually interesting things. But, like I said, World of Warplanes, now that, well, Conquest is here. Excuse me, don't want to ram into you. I want to kill you, though. But now that World of Warplanes has better gameplay, in terms of visually interesting content, World of Warplanes actually has more visually interesting content in a lot of ways. We could use more nations, but, well, that's fairly easy in terms... It's fairly easy to expect that they will add more nations. Like, War Thunder has just added the French nation after, well, fucking 5 years. Honestly, in a lot of cases, I got killed by... I got killed by a bomb again, son of a bitch. In a lot of cases, Gaijin just comes off as lazy to me. And this is also, speaking from the perspective of being a ground attack player in air realistic battle, and seeing the gameplay not advance significantly, or the problems not be addressed for years. To the point of being completely ignored in some cases, or worked against it in a way that lets me know that the developers aren't actually on my side.
The enemy has control of all key objects. You cannot leave it
Such as, in a lot of cases, whenever the bombers start winning, something changes to make the bomber's job harder. Even though the bombers... Playing a bomber is hard. Carrying in a bomber is fucking hard. Or at least significantly harder than just being a fighter and killing everyone. That's easy.
They've almost got us.
Actually trying to win the ground game in an air realistic battle is fucking amazingly hard, and half the time I was just playing for my own point value. I would never actually be able to complete this. I would always either... You would always either die while you're doing this and just kind of walk away with the points that you got and try to be happy about it, which is what I did after a while, or get to the point where the enemy comes and finds you as the ground attack player, as the last player alive, and then
fall back and regroup.
You kill them and then win. But what are you still doing? You're still doing the fighter's job. You're still killing the players. You're not winning the objective that you're designed to win, which is why I say realistic battle is like playing deathmatch in Counter-Strike with a bomb that doesn't work. So that's why this is why War Thunder annoys me currently. And this is why I like World of Warplanes currently, because, well, it's got a lot of things going for it. Hasn't fucked it up yet, but we'll see about that. Okay, once again, not the most amazing game in the world, but I'm still top of my team just for flying around. And there are more than a few players in this game as well. Not that many, but again, this is the thing I like about this game. It just kind of syncs up with me. Even when I'm flying around rambling like a moron, I can still do well. It's just kind of in sync with my want to fly around and click at things. And the Yak-9 seems to be the perfect machine for that. It clicks things really good. But back into the game. Let's not waste too much time. Okay, Scorching Sands again. The dual military base setup. All right, we lost this the first time, but we had a damn good game.
Operations. Be ready.
So, let's see if we can make it a damn good game and actually win. Or a slightly less good game, but also winning to compensate for that. I will accept multiple things. I have modifiable standards. Okay, so let's see if we can play a little bit more rather than rambling, shall we?
You are approaching the front line. Off we go.
Okay. Right for the garrison because, well, there's really nothing for me to do at the military base. Right? I'm not seeing things, right? They did actually remove the air from... No, wait, no they didn't. There are still air units at this base. Because I remember shooting at a couple, or rather an enemy shooting at a couple the first time. My brain. Never mind. Rather, they at least reduced the amount of planes. Like, the only thing here is heavy air defense fighters. The bow fighters. They got rid of the boomerangs. That's what they did. I didn't kill that guy, but well. Also, that bow fighter is right behind me. Oh boy. Didn't kill that guy either, but I took a really big chunk out of his plane. And oh, look at this. Do you mind turning? Never mind. We captured the dome. We no longer need the points hidden within your fuselage. Actually, I need them, but not for the base capture. Didn't get that kill either. Alright. Uh-huh. A Spitfire, huh? Okay.
A large
base is
enemy force
capturable
is
now.
Attacking the military base. Proceed with caution.
Whatever it looks like. Ah! The Morrowind welcoming committee has arrived. So let's deal with them. The Spitfire seems to be fucking off. He's coming back up. Okay. We have the base though. We're good. Alright. Let's see if we can nail the Spitfire. Oh, that was close. Ah! There's the hand. Good. And now, once again, we come to the Soviet Union's favorite point-and-click adventure game, Yak 9. Will we solve the mystery? Will we defeat the fascists? I don't know, but I'm going to click the mouse on things and rub it against the planes until they all disappear. At least it doesn't have cases of developer root logic. It is very simple to understand. You shoot the planes with a very large gun and they go away. You do need to do a little bit of work in order to get all of them, but this is not exactly missed.
Air supremacy achieved.
Huh, well look at that. Wait. Ah! You see, I'm good at this. I played 7 Guess when I was a child. I didn't beat it, but you know what? I played it. I have experience. Uh-oh. My tail! Whoa! Is it just me or that Corsair took a really long time to actually get near me? Okay. Cannon couldn't really find the target there. Uh-oh. Ah! Ow! Turn!
Way to go!
Got him!
Victory is close.
We have superiority though. I don't think I'm gonna get a I'm not going to get a ridiculous amount of kills if we win the game too fast. And once again, what do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. Again, over half the players in this game are actual players. And we are winning even faster than we would have if they were all bots. So, skill in this game, very suspect.
Great job today. We'll be waiting for you back home.
So, if you've got a complaint against this game being only bots, I'd like to point out that the bots are actually better than most players at the game currently, and they're actually a challenge to fight and beat. So, think of it as really high-level PvE content. Think of it like an instance every time you go into a game, with a random instance of there being players there as well. But you're worried about the bots. That's what you're worried about. Oh, well, look at that. Somebody added me to their contacts. I think someone noticed me. Yay. Once again, my ego is gorged on the fact that people notice me playing a free-to-play game. My life is complete! Ah! Did I just have to make the anime? Alright. So. Yeah. Once again, head and shoulders over the entire team. And on both teams. And, yeah, let's just go down the thing here. I'm a player. I am, in fact, not a robot. I make videos on YouTube. I am not a creation of the algorithm or some weird AI attempt to create the perfect Spurglord. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many bots are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, more players than bots equals a landslide. That's, not a result I was expecting, and I don't think anyone else was. So, yeah, once again, if you think bots make the game boring, no, they actually make the game more balanced and interesting. Because the players just kind of crumple and explode under any sort of force. Get while the getting's good, guys! Because eventually people are gonna learn how to play the game, and all the fights you're gonna get are against these hyper-skilled hard-asses. So enjoy the easy wins while you got them. I know I will be, but... where are we on the grind here? Let's see here. 38,000. It's going actually fairly fast. Won't be that bad. I think, you know, maybe another hour or two and I'll be in the Yak 9U. So, no biggie. But, back into the queue. Let's enjoy the calm and balanced games while we have them, before all the min-maxers show up and ruin the entire game. Okay, Scorching Sands again. The dual military bases plus
Attention.
airstrips.
You are entering the zone controlled by the enemy.
Like I keep saying, the forward airstrip just needs to be removed. It's useless. The thing that would actually make the squall line situation I keep running into, and just kind of make it less annoying, is the fact that if every forward airbase was a full-sized airbase on every map that it actually appears on, and it probably should appear on every map, if it is a full-sized airbase and I can fully repair my plane, whilst being still alive, even if I have to sacrifice, you know, engagement time to go off and do that, it makes the problem of staying alive and suffering unavoidable damage that much easier to manage because I can actually heal myself. Because, yes, if you're skilled, you're gonna take a minimum amount of damage. However, if you're skilled, you're still gonna take damage from, like, AA, for example, if you're doing things. Being skilled and not actually doing anything doesn't actually matter. So you need to go in and you need to shoot at things. And you're putting your plane at risk when you do that, as I am right now. So you will take damage, and it will whittle away your health, and you will be less and less prepared for each individual engagement as it comes near you. And by doing things, you are intrinsically setting yourself up to be potentially at disadvantage if something goes horribly wrong. You're gonna try and mitigate that, but however, if I need to actually kill the air defense aircraft in order to win the fucking game, that means I need to be close to them. That means I need to be next to them, and I need to be concentrated on them. Which does, in fact, lead me over to be shot at from my ass, as you see right now. Which is unavoidable. Because I need to go and kill these things in order to win. So, I'm putting myself in a bad situation that I am accepting in order to actually win the game, because it is a necessary sacrifice. In this case, the ends justify the means. However, the problem is that in being an actually standout player in accomplishing these things, and putting myself in, you know, even at the most danger that
Our
is
military base is launching strikes on the enemy.
balanced
This will
against
make
the
things
actual
easier for you.
rewards. If I'm putting myself in the position of doing stuff, even at the absolute minimum of risk, I will still take damage. So the issue then becomes, even if I am a star player and doing everything that I'm fucking supposed to, I will still take damage. And this damage is unrecoverable. And so, when the squall line comes in, because I am being a star player and not dying and actually doing things and making sure my team is winning, I can still be knocked immediately out of the game. For dying one time, and that one death is actually mostly unavoidable. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Because as we established, you're gonna take damage, and it's gonna stack up no matter what you're doing. So, having a way to stay alive and actually repair all of the damage to my plane, in exchange for it taking a while and me not being able to effectively do, like, I have to stop affecting the game in order to do it, which is natural, I think is a fair exchange for the amount of things that I'm doing right now, because really, it is just punishing me for being good at the game. The only people it rewards are the people who are either so good they do not take any fucking damage at all, which is damn near impossible, but, you know, it could potentially happen depending on how lucky you are. And that's another thing, it might not be skill at the end of the day too, it might be just luck. Or people who play so incredibly passively that they don't actually do anything and thus do not take any damage. And so, they come in when the squall line happens, and they are at full health, and they proceed to ruin everyone's days.
The enemy is
The people who have been playing the entire game. Thankfully, the control point tickets actually compensate for this. Because it is fairly easy to actually build up an advantage that cannot be won over just by killing all of the people when the squall line happens. It's actually, all the players dying when the squall line actually hits is actually quite rare, as I'm finding. Oh goodness. That's an experimental zero. We want to get rid of that. We want to remove that immediately. No, get out of here. No, Cosmo Zero, get out. No. I own you, you're broken, and so, therefore, I will remove you from play. Unfortunately, it looks like now, it's a mosquito, but, yeah, You see, I was removing that zero from play and safeguarding my team, and what happened? I put myself in a bad situation, and now the mosquito took giant chunks of my health away. Whatever that is gonna kill me. It's probably the AA at this point. Yeah, well, actually, the mosquito got the point, but he wasn't actually shooting at me. It was the AA.
The enemy has control of all key objects.
What is my team doing?
You cannot leave it like that.
What's going on here? How many players are in this game? Oh, it's damn near all players! 1, 2, bot!
The enemy is about
You know what? We'll see later.
Push harder.
We'll see later. It's damn near all bots, and what happens? My team crumples immediately. I'd rather have a bot team. That's really sad.
Turn back.
Hey, we lost.
Is too strong.
Nope. I still got 10,000 points, though. Highest scoring player in the game. So let's see here. I'm not a bot, so 1, 2, bot, 3, bot, 4, 5, bot, 6, 7, 8. 8 players, majority players. What happens? My team crumples immediately. Again, the bots are actually nice. I like the bots. The bots do their fucking job. But, I suppose right now, and oh, look at that. I got a gold bonus. Yay! But I suppose the thing that I'm getting at here is that players are easier to manage than bots. Which you would think the opposite, and why everyone thinks, oh, they're just boring. They're just computer programs designed to walk at me and die horribly. That's not skill-based. That's not exciting. I don't get my murder boner up for that. And then you come into this game and you see that when players are in control, it's actually easier for things to go horribly wrong or horribly right in your case. For example, I got 10,000 points. I was on the losing team. Why? Because I'm a one-hit machine, and the players are easier to kill than most bots. And then additionally, the thing that I was going on about with the forward air bases is, yeah, the squall line really just punishes people who are actively doing stuff and trying to win the game by knocking them out at the end, and then suddenly throwing the game into a situation where, even though you were doing your job the entire game, you may still not win. And that's... yeah, sure, twists and turns and dramatic upsets, but that's bullshit to even have that on the table if I was working for victory the entire game and then succumb to damage that was inevitable, since, honestly, dying once is probably guaranteed. Near guaranteed. Probably, I'd say, 90% chance you're gonna die once in every game that you play in. Unless it ends immediately. 90% chance that if you're playing the game and you're doing everything that you're supposed to, you're gonna die once. So... having that be when the squall line is active means that you were doing your job and you were keeping your team going, but then you die, and suddenly the person who's most qualified, the person who's contributing the most, cannot actually contribute, and then it's up to your team at that point, and they can lose. Even though you worked for all of that effort. You put in all of that effort and you worked for that victory, and you still may not actually get it. You know, life's not fair sometimes, but a video game has to be in some cases, or people call it bullshit. That annoys me. So, really, once again, I've been saying it a billion times over and over again, get rid of the forward air bases. Make them all full size and make the repair feature a permanent and reliable, you know, something you can count on being there every single game. Have it be there as a thing that you can do every single game in Conquest. Have there always be that base. Because then that just makes the game, you know, it makes the game better, and it gets rid of all of these annoying situations that just kind of seem like they're just designed to fuck people over. Just because, really. Should the squall line be removed? No, it does add an element of drama. Should everybody be fucked over because they were staying alive long enough for the squall line to actually come in, and then they decided to die once there? No, that's dumb. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on the video game, again, even though I've said this a billion times already. But, well, we had an okay game, and thankfully, honestly, I'm not too miffed about losing. Really. I'm taking losing in this game a whole lot better than I take losing in World of Tanks. I'm not sure why it is. Maybe it's because the game is actually fun and fulfilling, and like I said before, it's very easy for me to come in and get my fill of the game, even if I don't win. I can still do stuff, feel important, feel like I accomplished something, even though I'm not exactly sure of the general idea of how effective a means of measurement combat points actually are. We could go by kills, but that's a little harder to compare, because I can't see anyone else's kills. But it's easy for me to actually, like, feel satisfied while playing this game, even if I don't win. And additionally, playing World of Tanks, holy shit, that's not a game about tanks anymore. That's a game about fucking purple numbers. It still is, and everybody hates it, but they keep doing it. So, in this game, I don't really have to, like, even if I go to my profile, my statistics, they're here, but they don't, I don't find myself going into this page. Like, I see at victory, 61% fucking win rate. That's phenomenal. In terms of, like, comparing it to World of Tanks, but people will say, oh, well, World of Warplanes is easy, and you don't have that many battles. So, of course, your win rate's going to be high. But, you know, in World of Tanks, statistics are... I think the statistics aren't really the thing that matters, but it's the... It makes the crushing, depressing feeling of losing a game that much more crushing and depressing, and adding on top of that, shit teams. Anyone who's played World of Tanks knows about shit teams, right? You're the only constant. And the variable is complete shit. But that's what I mean. I don't have that in this game because it seems like the game is just kind of disconnected right now. They're like that the min-maxing community, the people who are trying to trying to define what the game is in terms of skill aren't here. And even though I'd like to have them just to give an idea of where I am, however, that kind of behavior gets incredibly toxic and actually detrimental to the experience of actually playing the fucking game. Very quickly, if you let it go unattended. To the point where nobody can have any fun anymore. Like, you should be able to play the game and do your job and be a reliable member of the team. However, in a lot of cases, you just get obnoxiously dumb people that are so stupid it's just like, it's mystifying. And then you get people who are really anal retentive about small things, and it's just like people who shoot you back for accidentally ramming you in World of Tanks. Those people who are trying immensely hard. I hate those people. I really do. And this is not, these types of games are not the only things, the only games that are, that suffer from these people. Like, I don't like playing Overwatch because I feel like every time I play a hero, someone's going to boss me around. Like, I can't play a hero on my own pace and figure out and learn in just, my own general way of actually playing the damn hero and figuring out and mastering it myself. Or even playing the hero that I want to half the time. Since everybody already has defined and accepted strategies and, tolerances and expectations for how a hero should function and where they should be employed. To the point where if you break that, everyone either looks at you like you're an idiot just for doing that, not even really having to do anything, but just picking a hero makes you look like a retard, and then people just start getting amazingly just caustic about the entire situation. To the point where I can't even, I'm not playing the game for my enjoyment at that point. I'm playing the game to be a part of someone's team and doing well. Which is, I'll give you a thing that you could do to make yourself feel proud of yourself, but there are about a billion other fucking games that I can play to do the same thing. And in those games, in some of those games, I could actually play, like, for example, World of Warplanes right now. I can pick exactly which plane I want. And I'm not disadvantaging my team by picking each plane. Since, well, matchmaking is random, but you get what I mean. I can pick and fly the plane that I want. And nobody tells me, well, in most cases, under normal circumstances, just by seeing the plane there, nobody tells me, well, you shouldn't be flying that plane. Why are you flying that plane? Switch out of that plane. We're not gonna win. God, this is a shit team. God, I'm just gonna kill myself and leave. Rage quit. That shit. That shit's why I hate things like MOBA games and Overwatch. People like those games. And I'm not getting on you for liking those games, but I don't like that shit. I don't like being bossed around while I'm trying to have fun. Like, I want to be able to take something and master it to an individual level to where I can use that and be effective in that one thing no matter where I'm going. And this is kind of what World of Tanks gives me, even though they do get into meta, like the World of Tanks style of game. The vehicle, the Euro grind simulating vehicle combat game. This is what it kind of gives me, even though it's not perfect in some cases, but it gives me that. And I like playing that, I like playing games like that. I like things in other games that are like that. I don't like being shoehorned into the fucking metagame. I hate that shit. I absolutely detest that shit. Because it's just soulless after a while. I don't have an identity while I'm playing the metagame. Unless, at this point, brand new horizon for a video game for World of Tanks. So I don't even know what the metagame really is. And it's actually kind of in flux right now. The first instance, fighters were running the show, but now it seems like things are getting a little bit more balanced, and it seems like ground attack aircraft are actually incredibly necessary in some cases to make things move quicker. It's not exactly perfect, but it's getting better. So, nobody really knows what's going on, or rather, people have a very, very weird sort of, very sparse understanding of what's going on. They're not completely sure about every single facet of the game, but we're trying to figure it out. But the point that I'm saying is we need to figure that out, but there's also a point at we need to stop and, you know, and not take this to a fucking extreme that effectively makes the game not about the things that are in the game, but about statistics and meta-compliant strategies and what is the best thing ever. And this is what I hate. And then, because it breeds an expectancy that disgusts me. And it makes it so the game is basically, well, you come into the game and you're playing the game on automatic. Like, if you come into the game and everybody agrees on the metagame, the only thing that you can play is the metagame, or you're gonna run into problems. And then, depending on the kind of game, people are actually gonna get really bitchy and outright toxic towards you. So this is there's a line here. I'm not exactly sure where the line is between being informed and being an asshole about being informed. But there's a line that we need to find here. And a lot of games can't really find this. But as for right now, I don't necessarily care about my stats. And you know what? That's a good thing. I'm playing the game, I'm doing things, I'm succeeding according to the metrics that are right in front of my face and not any sort of like third-party bullshit made-up shenanigans. I'm succeeding and I'm doing well and I feel like I'm accomplishing something. And even when I don't win, I still feel like, you know what? It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault we all fucked up and lost. I did my job, and, you know, the people on my team that didn't do very well were the people of why we lost. I can't be in every place at once. So it gets to the point where it's like I reach the limits of my ability as a singular player to affect a game. And I reach it, and I understand it, and I'm satisfied with that, even if I don't get exactly what I want. I get it, and then I just hit the wall, and then I'm at the wall. I was never supposed to go over that wall anyway. There are some cases where you can kind of hop over the wall, but those are rare and far between, and when you get them, they're special, and they should always be special. They shouldn't be the normal expected fucking thing. But like I'm saying, it's very comfortable, really. I don't feel overly harassed or controlled by this game. I just kind of fly around and shoot at things. And I get my fill of doing that, and that's why I think it's a nice game, and I think this is why people should actually give this game a chance now. More so than World of Tanks or World of Warships. If you fucking hate those games, you probably should still give this a try, because honestly, it plays completely different now from any of those games. Like, there's still the visual stuff, the grinding, and the gold rounds, but like I established, there's respawning, and there's a lot of other particulars in this game that make the things that are kind of bad in the other games, or rather absolutely disgusting in the other games, not really here. So, I don't know. I suppose I just want to sing more praises about the game, but I suppose I also want to quantify things, I suppose. Or maybe just ramble like an asshole since I had to hold it in for that last game. But you get what I'm saying here. This game's nice because I'm not getting into an argument over fucking stats. It's kind of like Girls in Panzer. We can all fight, and then we can kind of just walk away and be fine. World of Tanks? Fuck no, that's a pit of just salt and anguish. It's a toxic brew of mad. That's why I stopped playing that, but we'll see about that later. Will I ever go back? We'll see. But not at the moment right now. World of Warplanes right now, I think this is my game. Seems like it. Seems like people actually like watching me play it too, so another good thing. I'm trying to make I'm trying to make content for YouTube. I'm trying to entertain lots of people. I'm trying to make a living off of YouTube and be the showman that you all, well, I proclaim to be, but then again, most people started calling me that, and I just accepted it. I said it once, and then people used it to refer to me. And then, since that's how it's gonna be, fine, whatever. It feeds my ego to have a title like that. But, the thing is, I make content that I enjoy actually making, and people actually like enjoying this content. Like enjoying this. Good use of words, Fonto. They like the content. They enjoy the content, and they enjoy seeing me have fun. Or see me playing this game and doing well. And also, I feel like, yeah, I'm accomplishing something when I'm doing well. So, perfect balance. The game lines up, and so does the back end for it, of just making content and continuing on with the things that I'm doing. So, I like this game. It may not be... Honestly, it may just be grinding for a while, until they put something in. But we're having fun, and people like coming in and like watching me play this. So this is why I'm going to keep doing this. And this is about as stress relieving as I'm ever going to get, really, because this job can be stressful. It really can be. You may think playing video games on YouTube is not that big of a deal, but go play video games on YouTube and then try to make something of it. Like, actually consciously try. Then you're going to start to run into problems. But, well, that's everybody's tolerances. But again, I've rambled on for fucking ever, and we still have a grind to do. But yes. I got gold! Yay! So, let's see. We didn't do very much of that game. 36,000. I think I extended another... I think I extended my grind another 45 minutes by sitting here rambling like a moron, but oh well. I do want to talk on camera about my opinions and whatnot, and I'm only talking to myself here, so I gotta just kind of bring shit up as I feel like it, or feel like it's notable, I suppose. But, well, you guys came to see me play video games here, so let's talk and more shooting.